Hey there internet, and welcome back to the channel. It's been a little while since I made a tutorial, but I thought I would ease myself back in by giving an update to the very first video we did on this channel, how to juggle 3 balls. So this video is for people who can't juggle at all, total beginners. It's for people who have had a little go at it but not really had a lot of success with juggling. And it's for people who are also interested on methods of teaching juggling, because I know that's something that interests me and maybe my method will be slightly different than your method. Okay, so 3-ball juggling. What we're going to learn today is the 3-ball cascade, where every ball swaps hands. You see they're always doing kind of the same throw. And yeah, this is what most people would kind of regard as the basic juggling pattern. The way we're going to start this is we're going to start with 1 ball. What we're going to do is think about a square here in front of us, kind of a rectangular square thing. Our hands are going to sit at the bottom corners of this square. When we throw the ball, we want it to come up to the top corner on the opposite side. So like that, and then down to the other hand. So 1, thumb, up, down. Up looking for this top corner each time. Top corner is there, and down. And we want to get really comfortable at this. So you want to be able to do this while not really thinking about it, while not constantly following the ball with your eyes. It's better to actually kind of pick a point somewhere in front of you to look at if you need to. Looking at the camera here is actually quite good for me because I can do this without really thinking about it. And then just get super comfortable at putting this 1 ball from right to left to right. Each time thinking about where this kind of top corner of our square is, and coming down to the bottom to catch. Moving on to 2 balls. So the first thing that a lot of people are going to want to do is when you throw the first one, they just want to pass the second one across. This is not correct for the cascade. It's kind of a 2-ball shower, and you can eventually turn it into a 3-ball shower. However, that is way harder than doing the cascade. So the thing we're going to practice first is just throwing the 2 balls in the right timing, and we're not going to worry about swapping hands. So we're going to think about throwing up and up like this. And the timing for it's going to go throw, throw, catch, catch, throw, throw, catch, catch, throw, throw, catch, catch, throw, throw, catch, catch. Next, we're going to think about doing it from the left hand first as well. So throw, throw, catch, catch, throw, throw, catch, catch, throw, throw, catch, catch. Once we've got this comfortable for the timing, we're going to think about crossing them now. What you want to think about here is when the first ball reached that top corner, remember when we were doing our square here, you throw from the bottom corners, it goes across, hits the top corner and comes down. What we're going to do is when the first ball hits that top corner, we're going to throw the second ball to the other side. So it's going to go like this. Throw, throw, catch, catch. Throw, throw, catch, catch. Throw, throw, catch, catch. Throw, throw, catch, catch. And like always, we want to make sure to do our left hand as well. So left hand first, going throw, throw, catch, catch. Throw, throw, catch, catch. Throw, throw, catch, catch. Throw, throw, catch, catch. Great. This, I would say, is the most important exercise to practice when you're learning to juggle 3 balls. This 2-ball exchange here, both directions, so right first and left first, is going to be the thing that you should go back to and practice. If you have, tried it in the past and struggled a bit, this is the thing to practice. Because once you get this down, adding the 3rd ball in is really not so hard. And as an example, when you get this feeling really comfortable, you can link them together. So if we go right first and then left, then right and left, and you see how they're kind of always moving here? And that's just swapping between right first and left first. And if I really want to accentuate it a little bit, you can see I have an empty hand here. And this is where ball number 3 is going to go. That is the gap in the pattern. However, doing this thing where I'm lifting my hand up is actually probably harder than juggling 3 balls. So don't worry if you can't do that. Just think about getting this really comfortable, going right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right. Next up, we want to start with 3 balls. So, whatever hand you're most comfortable with, for me it's my right, I'm going to start with 2 balls in my right and 1 in the left. To start with, we're not going to worry about catching any of the balls, and I just want you to throw them, okay? So starting with your right hand, we're going to go right, left, right, okay? And it's going to go like this, so right, left, right. And just let them all drop. And we're going to practice this a few more times. This time we're going to think about whereabouts on the floor we're landing with them, okay? We want them kind of landing like either side of our feet. With them landing beside the feet, it's going to be something like this. So we'll throw, throw, throw. And you see how there's kind of 2 little circles here, just beside my feet where the balls are landing. Next, we're going to do the same again and thinking about the sound that they're making. So we want it to hit nice and evenly. So like throw, throw, throw. Hit, 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 throw, throw, throw. A nice kind of consistent timing on the balls hitting the floor. The way we're going to progress from here is we're still going to throw all 3. We're going to let the first 2 go past and only then catch the last ball. Like this. So 1, 2, 3. And I got the last ball. Next, we're going to catch the last 2 balls. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3. Catch, catch. And finally, we're going to then try and catch all 3 balls. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, catch, catch, catch. The reason why we're letting all the balls hit the floor to begin with is because a lot of people start struggling when they're trying to catch the balls on throwing that 3rd ball. And they get so caught up catching the first 2 that they forget to throw the 3rd ball. And with juggling, getting your throws right is way more important than catching the ball. If my throw is right, the ball is going to come to my hand and I don't really need to do much. So concentrating on getting nice throws is way more important than catching them to start with. So once we can do all 3 balls going right to left, so right hand throwing first and having 2 on our left at the end, we're going to do the same on the way back. So it's 1, 2, 3, this direction. And just practice this a few times. Next up, what we're going to do is add in a 4th throw. So what you might notice here actually is when we start to continue, it just becomes this same 2-ball exchange happening from the left side, and then from the right side, and then the left side again, and then the right side again. So actually, the throws are exactly the same as we were doing for the 2-ball exchange. This is why I would say if you're struggling, go back to the 2, and just get this so solid that you can do it without thinking about it and without concentrating on it. This is how consistent you want this throw to be, that you can like have a conversation with someone while just standing doing this. For adding more throws to the 3-ball one, so we're going to start thinking about going 1, 2, 3, 4, and then stopping again. And I really like building things up in this kind of like laddered system here. So instead of just going, I'm going to go as long as I can until I drop or make a mistake, I think it's much better for your technique and much better in the long run if you start by giving yourself goals and then increasing the goals each time. So for example, we're going to do 3 throws, 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3, stop. Then say we're going to do 4 throws. So 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. Then 5 say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stop. After you reach about 10, I think it becomes kind of irrelevant and then you can just try and juggle as long as you want. But up until that point where you've hit like 10 throws and catches, I think this is a really good way of training it because it's going to let you develop a good kind of technique moving forward for juggling. Because what I see a lot of people starting to do is you're going to like go like this and then it's going to go a bit wild and they're so bothered about like trying to keep it going that they've really like lost all form of like consistency and technique. And whereas keeping it here and just doing small amounts is going to make you progress much quicker. Some of the issues that you will face once you've managed to get this going a little bit, a lot of people start wanting to walk forwards with their juggling. This is a pretty classic thing to do. There's a really easy solution for it, but it feels a little bit stupid. what you're going to do is you're going to find a wall and you're going to stand and face that wall. And something about just having the wall there in front of you kind of clicks something in your brain that goes, I can't walk forward with this. And it just kind of fixes it. So it feels kind of silly to start with, but do this for like 15-20 minutes and it's going to make a huge difference. Another thing that a lot of people start to do is maybe you'll turn with it a little bit, either to the left or to the right. That is going to be caused by one of two things. So either one of your hands is throwing forwards, and so you're having to turn to compensate it, and then resetting slightly this way, or one of your hands is throwing slightly backwards. Whoop, and then you'll be turning the opposite way to compensate it. So if it's my right hand, say, throwing backwards, I'm going to end up turning towards my left shoulder. If my right hand is throwing forwards, whoop, I'm going to be turning towards my right hand shoulder. The way I would think about trying to correct this is, again, you find a wall, so I will use the one behind me, and you're going to stand with your back to the wall, and we're going to try and have a juggle here. It's going to feel a bit strange to start with, but it will quickly let you notice whether one of your hands is throwing backwards or forwards, and it could be either your left or your right that's doing this. So there we go, that is kind of all of the technique parts for how to juggle 3 balls. My last tip though is that don't get frustrated. Some people will get this instantly, it's not a big deal. If you don't though, I found for most people it probably takes I don't know, maybe a week or so of trying, 5-10 minutes a day to really get comfortable with this. And that's kind of because part of it's waiting for the muscle memory to kick in. The reason I can do this and stand here and talk to the camera and have a conversation or whatever is because I'm not really thinking about it anymore. My arms are just kind of doing it. And that's the muscle memory part of this. And that takes a little bit of time to develop. So actually, I find that for most people, having a 10-minute go at this once a day sort of thing for a week, and doing it every day for a week for 10 minutes is going to see a far better improvement than, say, if you just stood here for an hour and a half and tried to bash your head off it. And some people pick it up really quick. Some people are able to juggle within 10-15 minutes of starting. For me, it took me a lot longer. It probably took me probably a couple weeks to actually feel comfortable just juggling 3 balls. So hey, you never know what happens. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Maybe it's given you some insights into how to juggle, or even how you might start teaching juggling. If you have your own thoughts on that, please leave them in the comments, because I would love to hear them. I'm always trying to improve kind of my methods for teaching juggling. So if you have any ideas, send them my way. And on that note, I'll see you in the next video.